Okay, welcome back after a month. Something like that, a month away.
Good to be back.
We're in year one.
Yeah. Let me get some tunes going. All right. So, first order of business before. So, when we last left, Orson is keeping to himself in his room. Trace and Ran were back in the cockpit of the aeroplane. McKellen was with the chroniclers. And Vinny was, I believe, just tormenting Julia, or just finished tormenting Julia, because you're near her place. Forgot to enable it. The pointer and module has now been updated for version 11, and I'm going to restart my... I don't know if it'll work for you guys. You might have to restart. Or I guess it's rebooting you guys too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Automatically did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Callum,
freaked
I'm
out for
sorry,
a second.
dude.
I'm like, oh no, what happened?
Callum, is
By the
this
way-
going to make a big load-in problem for you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't forget
You're
mutation
fine.
point.
We're functionally working right now.
Hey.
Andy,
Okay.
don't don't forget mutation point.
All right. So, if you hold down X, it will make your pointer, and then you can move your mouse around.
Oh yeah, nice.
And you can
That's
go
cool.
into your settings, because I don't like that giant hand, and it's called pointer and ping. PNP, pointer and pings, and you've got a settings and design, and I tend to... Ping is when you... So while you hold down X, you can move it around, and then ping is when you left click, and then it puts something that stays there for a while. And let's see. Sorry, I should have set that up beforehand, and I did not. And I just need to save. So I prefer X's, although it's not spinning and it's quite big. Okay, anyway, I'll work on that while we discuss, but... Okay, you can change the scale of it drastically.
That circle's pretty good.
Not sure if you heard me, Andy, but don't forget mutation point.
Oh, I did hear you, but
Okay.
and
I know you tend to forget that one.
You say you can change the scale of your pointer?
yeah,
I didn't see that option. Hang on.
if you go PNP and it says Settings and Design Studio under the options.
Yeah. And I've got choose your pointer. It would be under general info.
Yeah, choose your pointer is what you want.
An option for the type, but I can't see scale.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see anything for scale
Yeah,
either.
it doesn't say anything. Yeah, same here.
That is not good.
Oh.
Maybe I set it and it's the same for everyone. Let me, although it's not wanting to save, which is odd.
I mean, honestly, I'm fine with the scale I'm on. I mean, it's a
Okay.
little big, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it could be
It's not
worse. All right.
Wait,
There. So there's the arrows, although they're not rotating, but I'll deal with it for now. There we go. Okay. Anyway. Mutations. So let's do that really quick. As soon as I remember where I put that. Aha, add mutation points. All right, let's see if this works correctly. So if you guys wouldn't mind looking at your mutation points or your Pharaoh points.
Mm-hmm. And we
And-
gain equal to
And
the
then,
amount of
I'm at 10 right now.
oh, he won't give you any then, because Ted's your
Yeah.
max bet. So let's see if this works.
No, I manually added mine, so I'll just go back down to 4. But that seems to work.
Did it increase? It shouldn't have increased energy points for robots, but
No, it didn't.
okay.
I just forgot in the script to take out robots from the output.
Oh, that's okay. Doesn't harm anything. The only problem I see with this is that all of the Kodiaks who aren't going out necessarily adventuring, they've all got like 10s now.
Yeah, they're hoarding them.
So I may or may not. I may just, when they go out, just decide to remove some mutation points just because they may have used them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
or you could just have a standard rule when you actually get around to using a mutation point on them, you just knock them down to some fixed number.
Yeah.
Roll a d6 or something.
Yeah, that sounds about good. All right, cool. Sorted then. Okay, let's discuss ARC projects. Unicorn put up some suggestions in the chat on Discord, and with some reasoning behind them.
Well, income paper is the one that I'm interested in, but I'm also kind of easy. I know we've got threats around, so if we want to do something real cool, I'd be happy to do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and-
with Orson talking, he's like that with these guys showing up, we have to focus on defenses right now. We don't have the capacity to stand off a full-on assault by them. So I think we really just have to look at what is the best defensive option that we have available to us and get that going. So Watchtower is an option.
Perhaps.
The other thing that became, well, we discussed it, not as far as a job, but raising culture, because the higher the culture, the less mob rule you have in an arc, and the less volatile civilization is. And you guys had raised culture recently. And what that means now is that most of the people can read and write to a basic level. This is the language of the ancients. It says some forms of cultural expression, like a place of worship, simple staged plays or exhibitions of scrap and artifacts may exist. That's where we're at with that anyway. Your food level says starvation still isn't far away, but people have enough grub to cover their day-to-day needs, as long as the harvest or the hunt isn't threatened. Typically, you can get 2 rations of grub in return for 1 bullet. And then we've been able to decrease the session body count by 1 as a result. Next level goal for that is food supply of 20, where you reduce the body count by 2. Same thing for culture. writing skills become more advanced and widespread. There might even be an organized school, led by the chroniclers, of course. Technology, you're doing well at 35. The people master the basics of mechanical construction and have most likely built a workshop. They can build new roads in the zone and can create more advanced machines such as a printing press. And then warfare 24, which is coming up there. The Ark likely has an organized militia. If it's high enough, there might even be an armory. So you have what they call a battle level of 3. So this is something used. There's some mass combat rules in case the Ark is raided, which I don't have memorized because we haven't had that yet. But
how much would we need? How much would we need to increase our defense to get our battle level up?
30, sorry, is the next level. And the final level for all of these, 30, is where that starts. Actually, I told you the wrong thing about technology. You're at the top level. The people are on the brink of a technological revolution and recreate some of the miracles of the old age. The steam engine, the heliograph, electric lights, and breech-loaded guns. However, some of those things require some of these other dev levels to go up. So for everything else, 30 is your goal to be at the top level, and that's your maximum warfare level. So not far, actually, 6 points.
As it's not more. Some things require 40 technology also to build.
So, Callum, if you, on the journal tab, there is a list, and to remind all of you, actually, there's a journal called ARC Projects. And it lists the requirements and the potential bonuses of different projects. And then you can click on them to tell you more about each one. This is just a list. The dev requirement is the minimum requirement for you can even try to build it. But the way this game works, Callum, is that it's player-led, that you guys as players decide the course for the entire arc. And if you don't make an arc project, then the NPCs get to decide, and it may or may not be what you want. So we have a vote for ink and paper. We can do more than one too, and then a vote for something to do with defenses.
Well, 2 votes for ink and paper, because
Oh yeah.
I, of course, want to be able to share the language.
Interesting. The battle level of the Ark is equal to 1/10 of the warfare dev rating. That's kind of cool. So, like, even as warfare gets higher, it will always get higher.
Oh, beyond. When we go beyond 30 to 39 is the last of the list of the development levels. So when you go in the 40s and 50s and stuff, if you carry on.
This is more dice either way. That's cool.
So
Oh, right.
you
Well,
mentioned Watchtower is a quick and easy boost for warfare. It can give you a +6, but you've got the prerequisites.
So since Vinny is not a part of this, really, what do you think of
The
my
thing
idea?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Andy, what do you think of my idea for adding surveillance to the list? Because that's Vinny is kind of creating a network to spy on Maximon, and that can be like what he works on. since he's not part of the actual. He's not going to be at the assembly or talking about these warfare jobs.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, it's fine. Although, I guess the thing about it, it's for the arc as a whole, and if you're just observing people, then it's not a culture that exists amongst the whole arc.
That's that's kind of wanted to get your opinion on it. It says a system of informers where the people spy on each other and report suspicious activity to one or several bosses.
Yeah, that sounds like something that
Which is
would
just-
have to be decided amongst the whole arc. Actually, all of these things
Oh,
need to
okay.
be.
Okay, cool. What were you gonna say, Lack?
I'm just looking over some of the options here.
Your mic, Black.
Oh, thank you. Right now, I'm really focused on defenses. There's army is a pretty good option. It's a bit harder to build than the watchtower. One that I just saw that is actually really good for us, that it's not an immediate concern of mine, but public toilets is it adds to both food and culture.
Stop pooping in the field.
It's out of food. Oh, I suppose no. Okay, because compost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're
But,
desperate.
I was just kind
Oh,
of
we don't
browsing
have
along, and I'm like, ooh, what does public toilets do? And then it's like, that's actually pretty good. It's a D6 of both food and culture, but it's not something that Orson is immediately concerned with right now.
No, he.
We're 5 culture short still, too.
Hey, I know what we need.
Billy Orson just shits in the woods.
Exactly. It's not going to fit him anyway.
Yeah.
No-
Yeah. Unicorn's
No
right.
one's going to want to. No one's going to want to follow him into that toilet. You see him with a newspaper rolled up under his arm, like, oh shit.
Well, it's the woods again. I ain't going in there. Yeah, as Unicorn pointed out, your culture isn't high enough to build a public toilet yet anyway, but
Oh, what's our culture at?
your culture is at 15.
Okay.
Yeah, army, my god, plus 2d6.
That thing. If we get an army built, we could probably take a rest on defenses for a while.
Well, you're getting your
Because that-
argument from Marlot.
And we're at 20 warfare, right?
24.
24.
Yeah. So that could kick us up to the 30 we need to raise our battle level, and it gives and we could maybe rest for a bit and focus on some other issues. I want to get food up so we
Well-
stop having people die on us.
Yeah.
The way warfare works too is the amount of dice you roll during a siege is equal to 10% of your warfare. So even if warfare going up is always helpful. Like once it hits 40, that's 4 dice. Once it hits 50, that's 5 dice. So there's almost no reason to stop at a certain level even.
Is there anything like that for the other things like food and anything else that just having a higher number just helps you?
Let's see. Well, with food, when you're 30 plus, session body count is reduced by 3, which could even take it to 0. So that means the most you can lose is 3 because you're rolling a d6. But let's see.
Well, I mean, is there anything that, like, if you hit 40 food, 50 food, etc., is there some sort of, like with defense, where you can
Yeah.
continue to get a benefit from it?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm not.
Weird use, no.
I'm not sure where you're seeing that about. That must be under mass combat systems where you're seeing that for warfare.
Yeah, it just attacks against the arc.
I think that might be the only thing that talks about it.
Yeah. Well, and like technology, there was like at least one thing that needs 4D tech. I think for food and culture, there's nothing like mechanically gained from going over 30.
Well, there's some things
Unless you want to, you can always homebrew it if we get 50 food.
that no one dies.
Culture doesn't really have any mechanical.
Well, to be honest, food increase. But that doesn't prevent people from dying from accidents or, being attacked by a creature. I just seen this on the list of ARC projects. The highest prerequisite is technology 70.
Wow.
Oh, that's
for some of these things. Like a power plant, you need technology 50.
Okay.
So they do come into play there. Culture, warfare goes up to 50 as far as prerequisites. Food supply goes up to 40 as a prerequisite, sorry. And culture goes up to 50. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing else that's listed for bonuses. So, I'm going to pick a couple of them here. Okay, there's nothing to stop you from picking 3 even. It just takes longer to get them all done. Because you're dividing up.
Well, that's why. Like if there was like an assembly to talk about threat and what to do, Marla, I'm sure would be like, start training an army, start building an arsenal, start building a watchtower, like throw everything at the wall, and then start just doing it.
Yeah, I'm voting army.
I'm happy to concede to doing army first, considering what the raid is out there.
I mean, we might as well get another project going along with it, but I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, I'd put in for ink and paper being just like a secondary project.
Ink and paper. Both projects will require 10 successes.
Well, let's stop there then, so we don't get ourselves too overcommitted.
Yeah. You got 20 successes to accomplish. All right, let me drag those over to it because you guys get to decide. Is that okay with everyone? Callum, you okay with all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Army. And ink and paper. And then we modify.
Zone wrestling only would require 5 successes and gives 1d6, no prereq.
Zone wrestling? Was that like WWF?
That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that thought that. I'm like, what, we're going to go out and wrestle some creatures?
Gotta see Orson versus Mutant.
A metal cage where the strongest mutants fight each other for bullets and glory. Let me stress that Orson will never endorse that.
Yeah, so
But you can have the 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Bust a deal and face the wheel.
2 men with a gut full of fear. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying time is here.
All right. The Army and ink and paper have been added to the ARC as current projects, although we need to do the roleplay for it. All right. That's all the maintenance in advance. We will...
Are we starting on a new day, or are we still where we left off last time?
I believe we were at the end of a day last time, so I think we'll start in the morning.
Okay, so I have slept, so I can restore my wits, I believe.
Oh, yes. Anyone else down on attributes?
I still
Vinny
have some
would-
damage, but nothing I can do about that.
I'm gonna use some water and sleep to bring my agility back up to max. My empathy is very low.
Let's make a friend.
Trace, can't you repair?
I thought we could only do it once a day.
Oh, you've already done it. I see.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's the next day that you can head back over to Pontiac's and... Yeah, this is Pontiac's place there in the center of that circle. And McKellen, I'm making this long rectangular white roofed building just to the right of the terminals where the chroniclers, it's 2 stories, chroniclers have taken up residence.
This one.
No, I can't really, because the pointer's too damn big.
Right there, I think. Is that
Yeah,
it?
that's it. Yeah, it's right underneath, partly underneath your token.
Oh, okay.
It'll become clear. Yeah.
You know, Andy, you're gonna just have to go to the airport one day and walk around and get a feel for it.
Yeah.
The research I've done, I've got floor plans, which I'm following almost religiously, but
Excellent.
photographs from different angles. I'm a geek.
I've been buzzing around Google Maps for interesting things that are in this island.
Yeah. All
Definitely
right.
got roots with the band.
Morning comes. Trace and Ran are in the cockpit with Katinka. And you guys don't actually have to sleep. Up late discussing the organics, what it means to be alive. Orson is Rome. Vinny, you are not on the plane, is that right? You're out and about?
Yeah, I just left Julia's. And he would honestly probably just like go find a hole to hide in and sleep. Trying to remain undisturbed.
That building, the center of that, was a warehouse, but I'm making that one partially or mostly collapsed on the eastern side of it. But there would be some nooks and crannies and stuff on the western side where you could crawl in. And this small little square that extends off the back of that one is where Julia's place is. Julia's place is a couple of shipping containers put together.
Okay.
These buildings here are warehouses, but are residents, like tent and makeshift sort of wood barriers and stuff, which
Yeah, he would almost like try to he would go to the slums of the Ark essentially, where he wouldn't be bothered.
Okay. All right. So, and McKellen, you stay at the Chroniclers, don't you? You have lodging there. Okay. So morning comes. And I guess I would initially just want to know what your first action is of the day.
My thing, I'm climbing down out of my den, and I'm going to head over to Pontiac's, and I'm going to try to get him to fix my shield and my armor.
Okay.
on the way, I'm gonna like dig into a little bin I keep that's got some old wood in it, full of like termites and stuff, and just grab myself like a stick full of termites and just be like licking termites out of it as I walk along like it's an ice cream cone.
An ice lolly. Okay. And McKellen, what will you be doing?
I think I'm heading over to the humans. I'm still sort of like their guide, I guess, for the visit here.
Yeah, they are currently staying on the aeroplane, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're with the Kodiak, so I'll be heading there.
Yeah. And Vinny?
About the next morning.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, does he wake up to like,
If you're going to sleep in late, then we can just say you're still sleeping. Up to you.
no, Vinny doesn't really sleep in late, but he doesn't have much to do at the moment other than avoid people. I want to find Grit. He would try to find Grit.
Okay, Grit is officially part of Maximon's gang, but he's actually a spy. He's now part of the Kodiaks. So, Maximon's gang live in the terminal itself, or at least most of them do.
I'll be right back.
No problem. So, to find Grit, you know you're probably going to have to wander about the terminal itself. And how that coincides with you wanting to avoid people, it's...
Yeah, can I make a sneak roll just to
Yeah.
try to remain kind of unobserved? Did I get any money? Obviously pushing. Nice. Yes. Mutation point.
The only player I know that just, yes, please. I love failure.
No successes. All right, so it's a busy morning in the Ark, and Vinny is not hiding very well. I kind of actually want to do a wheeler dealer with Grit. Get deals on the side.
Okay, I'm going to come right back to you for that. I just want to get back to see what Trace and Ran are going to be doing.
Well,
So you guys
I
don't
still
wake
have
up.
to-
You guys are just aware that the organics are coming up.
I would imagine I would have powered down this to not use any power at night, so I don't use any more EP. But my priority would finish repairs, so I'd go back to Pontiac, let him poke around some more, and hopefully get me fixed up.
Okay. And Ran, how about yourself?
Not a lot Ryan can do besides wait until other people start moving about and just, I guess, lurk about and watch until something goes on.
So you're going to stay at the plane for now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Trace, you come into Pontiac's to find that Orson is already there, but you did hear this big old bear get up, but you didn't really know what he was doing. But
I'm back.
Put you a lack.
And I'm going to go to the scene with Orson and start with Orson and Pontiac, and then Trace will have you join just shortly into it. But,
Okay, so Orson comes in with his finishing off his termite stick, and
and you come into it, and so he's got one of the cars is in there, the one that's called the Enforcer.
okay,
Its hood or bonnet, depending on which side of the ocean you live on, is up, and he's crawling around inside of it and kind of muttering to himself, "Oh, yes. Oh, I see. Shirley!" And yes, Pontiac, what's going on? Where is my spinner? It's right here. You just set it on the edge. What? Oh, so I did. Thank you. You're so helpful. And then
meanwhile, Orson is just finding something sturdy to just plop down on, and he's just gonna kind of wait for him to crawl out of the engine and just be crunching on the last of his rotten wood over here.
And plopping down for a bear of your size is more like crash, crunch. And Pontiac pops his head up then and looks about. Ah, the big bear. Orson!
Pontiac, good to see you. Thanks for working on the loud wagon.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating actually how I mean, it's been modified, but the way what I understand, the ancients have done it, but it's quite fascinating how they've injected more fuel and to make it work with multiple fuels. I'm going to use that in the future. I have learned so much. Sorry.
You have some spare time away from the vehicle? 'Cause I've got some busted. Excuse me, a termite in my throat. No, I've got some busted gear I need to get patched up.
Orson, and he rubs his hands together. I've always got time for you. You brought me a loud wagon, so therefore least I could do is to help you.
All right,
What is
so
busted? What can I do for you?
I pull out my keep left shield, and it's all like bent and busted and has holes in it and stuff.
Whoa.
And then of course I start showing him some of the busted straps on my armor and so forth.
Oh, no. We can't have this.
I've been in the wars.
Yes, you have. Well, let's see. All right. One moment.
Oh, I didn't mean to be rude. Do you want some? And I'll hold what's left of the stick out to him.
No. You can have that. That's fine. Shirley, where's the box of scrap we got in the week before last? I think there was some good strapping in there. There's a few bits of metal plating, I believe. Oh, it's up in the loft. Go get it. You do that. Alright. And Pontiac goes rustling around on his workbench, looking for some of his tools. I need to look up the skills here for how it works for him, but it's the jury rig skill. He's got talent. He gets +2 to repair. And let's see. Okay. There we go. Ah, okay. It's a single roll, and it completely restores it. Except for something that's been reduced to 0. He can still repair it, but if he fails, then it's permanently destroyed. So it's your shield that can be permanently destroyed, but the armor he can do for sure without destroying it. And he may fail, but he won't destroy it. But he is quite. Okay. Shirley comes back momentarily, and she brings down 1 crate. Is this it, boss? There was another one too that came in, I think, in the same shipment. And he kind of ignores her, and he's kind of pawing through it. He's like, "Oh, this will do. This will do." Nah, throws it over his shoulder. "This will do." Maybe puts something else in another pile. Okay, let's fix this armor up for you with this. Oh yes, Shirley, and reply to you. Yes, can we have the other crate as well? I'm not sure if I've got enough in here for the shield. So he's kind of crawling over you because he's tiny, and doesn't even ask permission. He just jumps up. Oh, yeah. And let's make a roll for him. He's got quite a lot of dice. Wait a minute, before I roll that, what gear has he got that's giving him a bonus? That's perfect. Let's see. Where's the modifier? Oh, here we go. What did I do with it? Why does it show? Oh, it's down here, I bet. Oh, yeah, it's his wrench. He gets a bonus of 2, but where's he get a bonus of 1 from? Tools.
I thought his wrench was broken. Didn't he break it when he was fixing my drone?
Oh, I can't remember that. Yeah, but I think you're right.
I remember saying I'd find him a new one.
Yes, you did. Ah, here it is. His jeweler's glasses gives him a +1. His tools give him but yeah, it was wrench. Yes, I will subtract that from his roll. Okay. Now I have it. So he gets a +2 from his talent and -2 because of his wrench is not so great. Okay, there's no extra stunts for that. So that is your armor completely fixed.
Nice. Okay.
This does take some time, by the way. And right about then is when Trace walks in the middle of him fixing this. So this is what will happen, but long before he finishes that, Trace walks in. And you see the scene, Trace, of what Lack has put up on the chat. And Pontiac crawling all over him. And Shirley getting tools and such for Pontiac. And they don't even know, well, at least Pontiac doesn't notice you. Merrick gives you a nod when you come in. That's Merrick. He's busy working on taking apart some sort of scrap near the entrance.
I just greet him as I walk in. Good morning.
Morning. Boss is busy with that bear.
No, I see. Orson looks rather pleased, I believe is the word. Rather interesting sight there.
Hello, Trace.
Orson. Having fun there.
Oh yeah, for now. He's getting my armor fixed. I like watching him work. He's smart.
Yeah, very smart indeed. I'm gonna just watch Pontiac at work. I don't want to disturb him.
He's busy. He mutters to himself a lot, which you know as he works. And just mid-sentence, so he's just like, yes, okay, so I put this there. Oh, hello, Trace. And then I put this over there. This has been difficult. Okay, how's that drone working out for you?
Oh, I have not had a chance to try it out yet, but I'm sure it will be wonderful, because your work is always great.
Well, thank you very much. Just visiting? Is there something
I
else?
actually have a few damages or repairs that need to be done still, and I know you always look forward to tinkering with me.
Well, I'm a little bit involved right now. You could either come back or maybe Shirley might be able to help you.
I can talk to Shirley. Probably better. More people know how to repair Ran and I.
And Shirley is nearby because she's been helping Pontiac. So she's just like, really? Because usually Pontiac dominates everything. Yeah, I can do that for you. And you can tell she's really excited to be working on a mechanical. But you're not sure she's ever done it before.
Well,
Yeah.
well, come, Shirley. Lead the way. Where would you like me?
Oh, just
I
right,
can-
just right here. It's fine because actually we still have some of the parts from yesterday still out on the table. We've been busy doing things. We haven't really kind of cleaned up yet. Yeah, this won't take long. Let's see. Oh yes. Okay. Let's take this part here. She actually has that talent as well. Always comes out as Game Master instead of the actual character that I roll from. I wish they would fix that. So I'm going to say that with that single success, she was able to fix one of either your servos or your stability. I'll let you take the pick.
I'll go with servos.
And then she's like, "Is that good? How does that feel?"
It was fantastic. You did a wonderful job.
I'm afraid I couldn't get all of it You're free to use the workbench here if you want to try.
Oh, much appreciated. I shall do that.
And that's just a repair roll for yourself. Although I'll give you a +1 with on the gear dice, the black ones, because you're in a repair shop like this,
Oh, the black one.
or a workshop.
Not 10.
And because of the technology level of
Ah.
not today. All right. I'm going to leave you guys there for the moment, and I'm going to go to Vinny. Trying to be sneaky walking around the terminal, but clearly not, because people keep looking your way and kind of steering a path away. And you can tell, like, the kind of people, like, will, you know, are walking by, they kind of look to each other. You can tell that they're muttering something probably about you, or at least that's what you assume, because that's what you're used to happening. But people are quite busy moving about, and you can overhear sometimes a few scattered bits of conversation. There is some discussion of concern about the Hell Riders being so close to the Ark, and what does it mean. And some people are saying, you know, it's venturing too far out into the Ark, and you know, this never happened until those loud wagons came back here. And fears, do you think they'll find us? What happens if they do? Those sorts of discussions. Briefly, I mean, you're not trying to listen in, you're just wandering about, but of course they shut up as soon as they see you. Anytime you've come near them. And let's do let's see. Man, you are hurting.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up breaking myself pretty soon here.
I think so. Jesus.
But I'm going till then. Pushing.
All right. I'm just trying to see what would. All right. You do eventually find Grit, you find him sat on the upper balcony. Well, there's only one balcony, the balcony of in the terminal, eating some grub, kind of by himself. It takes you a little bit. You're wandering about, then you finally think to look up, and then there he is. He doesn't notice you.
I'd probably get close. If he's not like really by himself and there are people around, I would get to a position where he can see me and like get his attention and get him to like come around into an alley with me or around a corner if he's up on that.
There are people
level.
not sitting right next to him, but they're not too far away. But yeah, the near the stairwell that comes up to it, you could linger there, which is kind of in his field of vision.
Yeah, because I definitely don't want people to see us talking. And if I think there's no way of doing that, I'll like subtly kind of get close to him and be like, meet me here at this time, kind of thing, where no one else will be.
He looks at you. He kind of glances over, then glances away. And then he keeps glancing back, but mostly with his eyes instead of his head movement. And he kind of opens his eyes wide, like the third time he glances over at you. Kind of furrows his brow slightly. And he stands up, leans on the railing, looks at you again, and then he looks towards the exit, or towards the stairwell, actually. And then opens his eyes wide again and furrows his brow, looking at you.
Like make a head nod to get his attention. Like get over here.
You see him cram the rest of his grub into his mouth, wipe his mouth with his sleeve. And he walks away from the balcony edge, and he's kind of going the long way about to get to the stairwell. Do you go ahead and go down?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell he's staying just far enough behind you to see where you turn. And as far as where to go, where you were staying is a place to where there's not a lot of eyes down that way, and even down in here, no one stays down there. This is a car park with a lot of rusted loud wagons, far from usable.
I would move around the area a little just to make sure nobody's in there, like sleeping in one of the cars. And make sure we're alone and have a private conversation.
Where the hell is his token? Oh, I know. He got moved into the Kodiaks. And he's going to be gigantic. Yeah.
Big grit. My friend, it is good to see you again. I hope you have been faring well since our return from the zone.
Yeah? But it's a bit annoying having to hear Maximon. But I'm glad I'm helping out with the Kodiaks. Wish I could stay with you guys. Any chance that's
Soon,
gonna
my friend.
change? Soon? Soon?
Very soon. We're preparing to take you in, but you must continue on your mission for a bit longer.
To prove myself, yes?
Exactly.
Is
Tell me,
Orson,
what is...
is Orson proud? Does he talk about me?
Like, put my hand on his shoulder. He is so proud. We all are. You are a valuable member of our community.
That's good. That's good. That's very good. So, what's next? What do you want me to do now?
How close are you with Maximon? Does he trust you? Are you able to stay close to him?
No. I mean, he sent us out on that mission, but he keeps his core people close to him, which does not include me.
Let's see.
Sometimes he just
Do you know
calls me
anything-
Grunt instead of Grit.
That is
Not-
rude of him.
Not very nice. No. Not very nice.
Have you any knowledge of his recent actions, what he's been doing, where he's been going, who he's been talking to?
Yes. He stays in the tower a lot lately. They're meeting a lot. Sixter is with him, and Muba. Don't know what they're talking about.
How close are you with Muba?
Oh, she's scary. She's grumpy. She hit me once,
Oh dear.
and that was with
Wow.
just one arm. I don't want to be hit with all four of them. Can you imagine? He shudders.
Orson would never strike you. Unless you challenge his authority, of course.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, I would never do that.
I know you wouldn't. There are courses of actions which have been put into movement, Grit. We are but cogs in a great machine.
Cox, yes.
You are a very important piece of that machine. Do you know Julia, the dog handler?
Yes. She lets me pet her dog sometimes. Nice dogs.
Julia is a very close friend of mine. She is
Oh.
also an important piece of the puzzle before us.
Really?
Oh, yes. Maybe more important than even you or I.
Well, she is pretty good with her dogs. Yes.
I am worried for her safety. I fear something might happen to her.
Oh, no.
I need her protected. I need her guarded.
Okay.
I need you to find at least 2 others whom you trust completely and wholly. If you know of any disgruntled members of Maximon's crew, perhaps you might work on recruiting them to our cause. And if you know of none in such a position, then perhaps someone unaffiliated with any gang that you know who might be willing to keep an eye on her for me and protect her should anything happen in exchange for a fine reward.
So, look for angry members of Maximon's gang. And protect Julia.
Yes, you can't be the only mistreated member of his crew. We need to find these people, the ones that Maximon has rejected and doesn't treat with respect or kindness. There's a place for all of you within the Kodiaks. Maximon's reign will come to an end.
Big
I
news.
worry for Julia, my dear friend's safety in the process.
So, I protect Julia by myself, or if I find other angry gang members for them to protect her too.
Anyone you trust. Yes. And I want you to keep an eye on her for me, especially.
Okay. I won't let you down. I will be
I
true.
know you won't.
You'll tell
I've always
Orson.
liked you, Grit.
You'll tell Orson what I'm doing, right?
Oh, he already knows. This is all his planning.
Oh.
Orson is the greatest and smartest gang leader in the Ark. We should all follow him.
Okay.
This is not the only task I require of you.
Oh, more?
Oh, yes. I've recently become acquainted with Ricky, one of Maximon's guards.
Yeah, he's a little scary sometimes, but yeah. He's a good warrior, great warrior.
He is also, you could say, disillusioned with Maximon's way of doing things. I have him working on something, and I will likely need you to help with this soon. Once I have heard from him, I'll come find you again and tell you what your next mission will be. But I want you to find Ricky in the process and tell him that you're working with us and offer him any aid he might need in his current objective. It is going to happen during the next assembly.
That could be soon.
I know.
That could be today.
I know. I won't be there. I have things to take care of. I'm relying on you, Grit.
Okay, but if I go find Ricky now, what is the mission that I have to do? What if the assembly comes in, when the sun is straight above us?
Just help him in any way he needs. Keep an eye out. Perhaps stay on watch while he completes his task. Cannot have him getting caught.
Okay. And you'll tell Orson, right?
Oh yes, Orson is very proud of you.
Tell Orson that I am on the true.
We have full faith in you, my friend. You will be joining us soon.
His eyes get really big. You can tell he's probably imagining himself in a position of power or respected. Yes, I am becoming someone.
So the protecting Julia thing is the make a deal on the side. I need a roll for that.
Yeah, I also want you to do a manipulation for all of that, although I'll give you a bonus.
In what order would you like those done in?
It doesn't matter really. Let's see. God, do you even have... This may not even work with you because you're so broken.
Well, we're gonna find...
Your empathy is 1.
I know.
Well, you do have some decent skill.
I have a plan.
Alright. Let's do... manipulate first. Let's see. Hold on. I haven't opened the screen yet. Manipulate. Well, let's see. It doesn't cost your opponent anything, so that's +1. Help the opponent earlier, that's another +1. Plead your case very well, that's another +1. Okay, -1 because it could be dangerous. Okay, so a total of +2 then on your manipulation roll. Hey. Despite being nearly broken with empathy, you managed to convince him. All right, and then the other thing you wanted to do was, wheeler dealer.
Wheeler dealer. Well, make a deal. Deal on the side is protect somebody, who and why kind of thing. So I can only do make a deal once per session, or I can only do a deal on the side once per session, anyways. And so I'm kind of doing that to try to create some sort of network to protect Julia if things go south. My whole plan here. I don't think any bonuses apply. This one I'm gonna push no matter what happens. And I have to anyways. Son of a fucking...
Huh. Well, at least you didn't get
Wow.
any more trauma.
Well, I kind of was hoping you...
Oh.
I wanted like a lot of failures to get a bunch of mutation points, and then I could spend one to just drain him.
Okay, so this didn't. I don't know if I'm strong enough to protect her. At least by myself. So maybe if I find some others who think like me, maybe between us we can protect her. I'm real sorry. I mean, I'm small.
I understand, Grit. And even if risk does come to Julia, we cannot take the chance of being discovered. I cannot. So if protecting her means giving up your position, then we may not be able to protect her. Ricky's mission is much more important. Make sure he is successful.
Okay. I'll go now.
Give him a head nod and then I'll like disappear into the shadows. I should have pushed that manipulation. Fuck.
Oh well. Oh.
Push everything.
Yeah. Guys, just one more. I have to do a very quick bio. I'll be right back in like 1 minute. Sorry.
No worries.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I want to get back up to 10 mutation points so I can just like
Rule the world.
do something crazy and kill somebody. I'm using all 10 on one attack to make sure they die.
All I have to do is just lay off manipulating people for a day or two, and you should be up there.
No,
But he's
can't
cracked.
Parasite's what keeps me
No.
low. What I need is to manipulate more people so I can push rolls. To get more points. I'm gonna break myself in the process for sure. Trying to do this. The one of Orson sitting on that box looks really cool.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
All right. I want to jump to McKellen and Ran as well because you're both at the plane. So there are two humans, formerly called Zone Ghouls, who have come back with you. to learn of your culture and to your whereabouts because you had made a contact or a connection, sorry. And they've been staying on the plane. Ran, would you be staying in the cockpit, or do you move about the plane to see what things that might be going on? Or even outside the plane?
I think I'd just either I might like explore the plane a little bit, walk around the outside, see like the external and stuff like that, maybe.
Okay, I wanted to direct you. Hold on. I have a handout for you, and the journal tab has some background knowledge of you. There's an. It's when you open it, there's 3 tabs. It's this tab that's got it. So there's 0, 1, and 2. So tab number 1. There's some things in there that are relevant to what you're doing right now. You might want to have a look at that. McKellen, you approach the Kodiak aeroplane and you see this new mechanical. So you actually weren't on the expedition when. That's right, you weren't at all. You were staying back with the chroniclers.
Yeah.
But you are aware.
I think we've met in passing, but
Yeah. That there's
Good
a
morning.
new mechanical.
it's Ryan, isn't it?
Yes. I believe we haven't met before, no? Maybe we have met before.
I
Maybe
think
it's been a bit
I
hazy
caught sight of you
recently.
at the assembly yesterday. But we haven't had really a proper chance. I'm McKellen. I'm one of the chroniclers here. Reach out to
It's
shake
nice
you.
to meet you. I'm gonna shake his hand as well.
How are you finding everything here? Is there anything that
A lot to
we
take in.
can do to assist?
At the moment, no. I'm just seeing what's about until I can find out anything really. Like, my memory's fuzzy, so I'm new to this whole group thing, I guess.
Well, the ways of mechanicals are very mysterious to me, but this business of your memory, is that this something that someone with technical expertise could assist with?
I've spoke to one of the people here. I think it was yesterday. He looked me over, but I think he was too invested in anything else but helping me. But yeah,
Would that be Pontiac or Raccoon Man?
that's it.
Well, if he wasn't able to assist, have you been told about there are a group of mechanicals from the stars that have a vehicle which crashed not too far from the Ark?
I might have been told, to be quite honest with you, but I cannot distinctively remember.
Well, I'm hoping to arrange an expedition there, along with this dwelling of our new human friends here. I think the 3 settlements could do well to work closely in protecting ourselves against ne'er-do-wells out there in the zone. There's talk of the raiders has me ill at ease. So perhaps these mechanicals might be able to assist with your memory situation.
maybe. I'm very much wanting to know me.
How much is missing?
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. The last thing I remember is running and going into this water supply and crashing. Something crashed onto me and then back.
Could be a memory from the fall of the ancients. It could well be that you, within your lost memories, know something of Eden. So if there's anything that I could do to assist, I will surely do it.
I don't think there's anything that we can do until we go on this expedition you spoke about.
Yes, well, I don't want to tarry here too long. I suspect there will be an assembly today where we'll discuss some internal matters of projects we wish to work on, but the matter of the raiders and certainly our alliance with nearby settlements is going to come up. Well, I will bring it up if not. So we should be heading out soon.
Yes.
You see one of the Kodiaks kind of peeking out of the door at the top of the aeroplane. You recognize as Chelsea.
Good morning, Chelsea.
Morning, McKellen. Callum, do you stay right there, or do you continue wandering about the plane looking at it?
Yeah, I just start walking about and I look to McKellen. I give him a nod and just turn away and then just like robotic way possible just start wandering away.
Okay. You notice Chelsea watches Rand walk away, and she looks back to you. I must confess, I'm a little bit afraid of him. But that's mostly because I don't know him.
On the one hand, mechanicals are certainly powerful beings of abilities that we do not comprehend, but they are loyal servants of the ancients, so you have nothing to fear with them.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the mysteries of the ancients of late some of them are beginning to make sense with a lot of the work that our whole community here are beginning to understand how things work, or at the very least to learn more about how things were. Maybe with hope we can get back to there. So having him here gives us an advantage, I would think.
I would agree.
But if you ask me, I'm a little more afraid of those two zone ghouls we brought back. I mean, zone ghouls. Why didn't they kill us? Why didn't they try to kill us? That's what zone ghouls do. That's what we were told. I didn't sleep very well last night when I cozied up with Crystal and Eobard.
This business of them being zone ghouls, I think we have been misled. I think we are two communities that have been avoiding each other, and with the dangers of the zone, I can see why misunderstandings have developed. But we learned. Were you with us in the expedition to the Skywheel? I forget, Chelsea, but we learned there that there are humans, ancients remaining, who hid underground during the calamities. I believe these are the descendants of them. They show
Hey.
no signs of mutation.
Children of the ancients.
Yes.
Oh my! Here I have been scared, and they shared the same. Stayed in the same house. Yes, this is our house. They stayed in the same house as me. That's quite exciting.
Yes.
She's only 13, by the way, just to remind you.
Oh, right. And there is more. On the conversations I have had with them, although it's been difficult, there's a gap in language. It seems that their leader may know something of Eden.
No way.
Yes, way.
And you can see she's holding her hands together, fingertips to fingertips, and she pulls them apart and arcs a bit of electricity between them. But when you said that, she looks up, clasped her hands together, and the electricity stopped. When she said, "No way." So, are we going back to where they come from to find out more?
That is my aim. I think it's best that we discuss it in assembly. But, yes. I want to go back there and properly establish relations with these distant friends.
Did you want to see them? They're inside. We're not very good
Yes.
at communicating.
I bet I had.
Yeah, come on in. And you
yeah.
see she looks around outside. Kind of heard some of the footsteps of Ran. She kind of steps out onto like the top landing platform of the loading stair. Kind of bends over the railing to kind of look to see what he's doing. And then she steps back into the doorway behind you, follows you in.
I don't know.
And these two, they've apparently been given some food by one of the Kodiaks. And they're busy kind of finishing off some grub. And you've already talked to them before, haven't you? Or tried to?
I think we've got some kind of way of communicating.
And this is the part I can't remember. Because it was only...
Well, I got a good result on my comprehend roll,
Okay.
so I think we've got
Base.
some shared words.
Okay. Alright then. So their eyes kind of light up when they see you because they're not been able to communicate with anyone all morning.
Good morning. Everything good? Do like a thumbs up.
And they shake their heads yes.
And do you need anything?
They make a gesture for a drink.
I'll see if there's any drink supplies available, or if not, I will send a runner.
There is. Yeah, it's playing.
So today we are likely to have big meeting. We call it an assembly. We will talk of plans for the Ark, and also of how our two peoples can get along. We have heard that there are bad people out in the zone near to here, and it would be good if our peoples could be on the same page on what to do with these bad people.
They have a look of confusion on their face, slightly. You feel like maybe they've caught about half of what you were suggesting, and
Yeah. Soon, I want to go speak to Luttrell to talk of Eden and friendship.
they shake their heads. Luttrell, we'd go?
Yes. Soon. Soon.
You see they look to each other as like positive. And it's at that point that you start to hear the assembly bell. We are close to the middle of the day. And I mean, all
Right,
of you
now
hear this.
the-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Orson, you're Pontiac going over, crawling all over you and finishing off your armor, and then the assembly bell goes off, and he stops and he just looks up. Oh,
Can you work while we walk?
not very well, but I think I'm done with your armor here. If you leave your shield, I can be working on it. Well, no. I gotta go to the assembly. Leave your shield. I'll work on it after assembly. Right
Right,
after.
that works. Here, we'll walk together to assembly.
All right. Merrick, you got the shop. Shirley, you're with me. And they follow with you.
So I fish out like a little snack bag of acorns that I have with me and make sure to offer some to everybody as we're walking along.
Where do you hide all this food, Orson?
I'm hungry. It takes a lot of food to keep me fed.
Do you follow along with Trace?
Yes. I'm going to thank Shirley. Thank you, Shirley, for the excellent work.
She does a very exaggerated sort of bow. It is my pleasure. Vinny, you're not going. McKellen, I assume you...
Yeah, I'll be going. I don't want to bring the humans, I don't think, so I'm going to ask some of the Kodiaks to look after them. If like one or two could stay behind just to...
Yeah, sure.
I'm deliberately going to take a route to assembly that routes me over to however the majority of the Kodiaks would be getting there, so I can link up with them before they actually come into assembly, and we can all come in together.
Had any of you guys explained, because Rand only went to one assembly, but kind of not necessarily as a participant, but have any of you really explained to him what that is?
I
No.
haven't, so...
Orson kind of freaked out last
Conversation
time and
earlier.
went and hide in a closet, so I give him an update.
So, McKellen, do you speak to Rand about
Yeah.
it before you go?
Yeah, I'll make sure he's coming and fill him in. Alright, so those bells mean that we're about to have an assembly where we're discussing internal matters of the Ark and also things like expeditions. So you'll probably want to attend with us. And it's an open forum, so if there's anything that you want to speak on.
Yeah, I missed the last assembly, right?
Oh boy, I don't remember now. It's been too long.
No, you were there. You got mad and went in the closet and destroyed some
Oh, okay,
luggage.
right, okay.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, the last assembly was the coup attempt, was it not?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is going to be a tender one. And as you get closer to the terminal, you start to hear the banging of like weaponry or feet on the floor, or hands on the railing or back of like seats and things.
You know, all the like exposed pipes and stuff, and the stuff we bang on them as we walk in toward assembly and everything. Every group tries to make the most noise to let everyone know that their group is the biggest and coming into assembly.
Yeah. And excuse me.
One group was a bear, so it's quite loud.
Yeah, it does help.
That's, yeah.
And your gang is still always viewed as, well, there's still, you still get looks of like distrust or curiosity or maybe even sometimes a little bit of fear, because it's a gang made up of mechanicals and a bear amongst mutants. None of the other gangs. There's some gangs that have some mutants. There's some mutant rabbits. But there's no other mechanicals that are part of it. But that attitude you've noticed is, it's kind of been replaced. There's like, people kind of look at you as you guys come in. It's like, what are they going to pull this time? And there, you can tell there's obvious memory from the last assembly. You see, so there's many sitting up on the balcony of the second floor. The floor right above. There's only 2 stories in this terminal building, and many sit up on the balcony edge. And then, of course, there's many down on the ground too. But in the center of a circle of people on the ground is of course Maximon with Muba. Sixter is not too far from him. Marlot, along with her stalker Yasan, is on the edge of the circle, not standing in the center. And Callum, I don't know if you've seen all these NPCs. This is Marlot, who heads up the security. This is Muba, who is the bodyguard to Maximon, 4 arms, and she's very, very tall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we.
Did I show you these last time?
Yeah, you showed me. Yeah, when we had the last one.
All right, and then Skarshin, who is a spiritual leader, who has
Doesn't like mechanicals.
Does not think mechanicals are a good thing. He has a staff that is, although you won't know it, but it's a hockey stick. He is also, he's not stood on the edge. He's kind of he's on the ground floor, but he's kind of near the front of the circle, but not quite the front. And you can tell some of his other members of his religious order are there near him. And then Maximon's in the center. Now Estrina is also in the center. And it's not... show you Estrina. That's Estrina. Although she's not shy about it, I mean, but she doesn't feel herself as necessarily a leader of the Ark. More of just a leader of knowledge and a leader of taking care of the Elder. But so it's interesting, choose that word, that she's standing in the center. McKellen, you perhaps can probably put two and two together with the meeting that she had with you and the other two chroniclers.
Yeah.
And as you all come in, the pounding stop, Kent crescendos, and Maximon holds both of his arms up and kind of spins around in a circle slowly to face everyone, and the pounding slowly subsides. And he's silent for a while, once everyone is quiet. And then he looks out. We come here together once again. And the last time we were here, division rippled through our community. And that, my brothers and sisters, is more poisonous than anything the zone has to offer. Our community is growing and building stronger. But it will mean nothing if we destroy ourselves from inside. Do I speak the truth?
I'll knock along with them.
Sorry, say it again.
I'll bang on something.
Serena raises her hand and says, yeah. Many bang along with that. Not necessarily unanimous, but quite a lot. We have learned, brothers and sisters, that the Hell Riders are not far from our doorstep. Why is that? Are we protected? We have heard stories that their numbers are many, that their capabilities are great. But so are we. We have also learned that on our doorstep is a source of pure water. And we have made connections with the community there. I open the floor to you. What more shall we do to strengthen our community? And he spins around slowly again, looking at everyone in all directions. Is there
Orson
no...
has
Oh,
past
sorry.
dealings with these raiders, and I would ask that he speak in a moment of what he knows, so that we may be forearmed against them. But with this threat out in the zone, I would listen to his words keenly, and know that our defense is at a time of great importance, as are the matters of diplomacy. We have established contact with two communities in recent days, and they can be allies against those who would wish to do us harm. Now, as I say, I would like to pass on to Orson to speak of matters of military and defense and knowledge of these raiders. Please think of his words, and I want to use inspire to for the next roll.
Go ahead. Wow.
There you go. So you get 3 successes.
All right.
If assuming you choose to speak.
All right, so I raise up and I actually walk up and walk out to the middle of the room where it's Maximon speaking right now, or
Maximon's out there, and so is Estrina. And as you walk out,
Okay,
you hear a bit of a chant of, mostly from the Kodiaks, but Orson, 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 Orson.
yeah. So I'm gonna walk up and just sort of walk up right to where they were speaking and just sort of take the floor.
They clear step back. You are, after all, a very large Kodiak bear.
Yeah. And I'll let the chant go on for a second and then just put my hand up, wait for everyone to stop.
They do within about 20 seconds.
The Hell Riders are no mild threat. I spent a long time among them. They have a great deal of resources, and if this is the main body of their threat heading toward us, it is a very real danger. They have weapons, they have numbers, they have loud wagons. This could be a scouting party looking for things to steal, but if they come into this area, they're going to find things they want to steal, and eventually we'll see their main body. We have not only the runway to protect, we also have new allies. We have our friends up at the wheel. We have our friends at the new water plant. We can't let them steal and raid and attack those people. We must be prepared to take action against them. We can't simply wait for them to attack here. We need a force that is able to move and act and strike against them to let them not roam freely and set up whatever attack they want to make. We need an army. We need active troops that are ready to go out and engage in battle with a dangerous foe. We need to take this seriously.
Hear, hear! This is from Marla
Yeah.
and her people. They pound, 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 pound. And quite a few others do as well. You can see as you look out, as you were talking about this, fear growing on a lot of people's faces. You keep in mind...
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, keep in mind, there's, even though the dangers of the zone exist, there is, because you guys have grown up from childhood all together. Well, you haven't, but I mean, the mutants have. And there's perhaps a bit of a feeling of complacency, a feeling like the Ark is always safe because it's an island. But the recent events have made people kind of fearful of that. And so you saw fear build up. As soon as the mention of an army, the look of fear on their face turned to, yes, confidence.
Right. Now, here is the good news. Our elder has given us a safe place to grow and get stronger, and we have. We have become strong enough to steal the loud wagons from the Hell Riders themselves, and now we have our own. We can steal more. We can defeat them. We can win. We have allies who will make us stronger and who we can help make stronger so we have an even better chance of winning. We are one of the most advanced places in the whole big smoke. We have better resources. They're going to want to take that from us, but they're not going to because we're going to beat them. There's no need for mercy with them. These people are savages. They exist. They don't create. They don't build. They simply take. And those of us who are smart enough to build, who are smart enough to form a society of people who work together, who build and create and make better things, we're better than them. We're stronger than them. We have to be prepared. We have to take it seriously, but we can do this. And then once this threat is passed, we can continue to grow even stronger. Now, who's with me?
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Now, there are those of us here who fear some of our own allies. You need to put that aside for now. Now is the time for us to expand and grow. I'm gonna do is a dominate here against which group is it that has the religious group?
That's the Sentinels of the New Apocalypse.
Yeah,
so
Sentinels.
Ascarshan is the leader.
Yeah, Ascarshan. So I'm actually just going to kind of turn on Ascarshan here right now. It's like we need to know that there will not be infighting and distrust among us, our new friends, and our new citizens here within the runway itself. We all need to be as one. Can I count on you to lead your people alongside them?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for a dominate.
Okay, let me get the... Okay.
And how much of a bonus did I get on that?
I'm checking it now. Oh, you got 3 from McKellen. Oh my
Okay.
God. Technically, you have more people on your side, so that's another +1. Oh, this is in addition to McKellen. I'll come back to that. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's going to cancel out because your opponent being a human or a mutated human is a -1, just because you're an animal, even though you're a scary animal. So you're going to be left with the +3 that McAllen gave you,
Okay.
which is quite a lot. Remember, it's on the green dice is where you put the
Right.
bonus.
Minor auto successes, not rather than extra dice.
Oh, they're not extra dice; they're just extra successes.
Oh, that's right. Forgot.
Okay.
Forgot how powerful that
Let's
was.
get this 2.
So here's the roll. Okay. So I'll take that one and just add the 3 successes onto it. That should give me 4.
Yeah. And he is moved by your speech. And he says, while the philosophy of the Sentinels of the Apocalypse views the ways of the ancients as what led to their downfall, and therefore unwise for us to follow it, opposing this for our own survival, these people, is not in my or the Sentinel's best interest. You have our support. And he bows his head. And he opens his arms out. It's a gesture of submission. It's a token of respect.
And when he does that, I actually raise mine up above my head with my big spiked cricket bat up there, and just like, "Roar!"
And that is matched by many. Everyone, they roar back at you, trying to imitate it, especially from the Kodiaks. That actually should be a thing. The battle cry of your Kodiaks is to roar.
Okay. Well, yeah, when people start roaring back, I like point at them and like wave my hands up. Yes, more of that. More, you're doing good. Come on. Yes, more.
Marlot steps forward. If it is an army that we must have, me and mine have already established a procedure. You have seen us regularly training out on... What would they call it? They wouldn't call it the tarmac. Out in the open areas. You have seen us regularly patrolling. We only needs must extend that. Training for all able-bodied people. And increase the patrols. And therefore increase our safety here. I foresee trips out into the zone for more supplies to be accompanied by a squadron of our army to ensure the safe return. In addition to protecting the Ark. You will, of course, Orson, have my full support. And there's a lot of applause. And Estrina steps forward. Security and peace of mind is nothing to be looked at lightly. And that improves our welfare here. You have our support. And lastly, Maximon, who's been stood off, you notice the look on his face is, despite differences, there's a look of respect on his face right now. And he just stood back with his head kind of cocked to the side and leaned back, just watching you. Puts his head straight and steps forward. Last time we were here, Orson, things wasn't so peaceful between us. But I cannot deny you speak the true speech. And you have the full support from me and mine. We will commence with this army at once. And I nominate Marlot to lead the proceedings, if that is okay with you, Orson.
I second.
Strina, I third. So let it be done. And quietly to you, Orson. Well, not quietly, not like a whisper, but not shouting so everyone can hear. Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
There is another task, not as dramatic but also important, that needs to be addressed. And I will leave that to my friend Trace to explain what she feels that we need to work on as well.
There's a lot of murmurs. People looking at each other. Trace, that's the mechanical. It's mechanical.
I'm gonna walk over to Orson and scan around the room. People of the Ark, I know I have not been here long, but I do appreciate the home you have given me. My kind wants nothing more than to help everyone so that we can become our own. As you all know, the Kodiaks discovered on the island a source of pure water. The people that you refer to as zone ghouls are just organics like you. There are several that have returned here with us. Also, if you are not aware, they do not speak the same language as you. Because of my programming, I am able to translate. The problem here is, should I leave the Ark, there is no one to translate for these people. Or if anyone else goes to the island, again, there is no one to translate. If we were to make ink and paper, I could write down translations so that the rest of you may learn, and also so that they can learn how to communicate with you.
The people are, they're kind of talking amongst each other, and Estrina, she steps right up next to you. And I have spoken with Trace a few times. And she has great knowledge. She may not be of flesh and blood like we are, but I consider her as one of us. Being able to communicate is a great thing. But this does something else for us. As we have grown, we have learned more of the ways of the ancients. Being able to write this down, more of us are learning the language of the ancients. In fact, we are at a time now to where the majority of us can at least understand the basics of what we see left from the ancients. This proposition you make, Trace, will allow us to record knowledge as well, beyond just translation. As we gather knowledge of the ancients, we can write it down and share it amongst us. There is a phrase, a saying that the ancients used. Knowledge is power. And you, of course, have my full support.
I would also lend my backing to Chase's proposal. Over the past few weeks, we have lost many friends, and two of which, Ethan and Lakeisha, are of our number in the chroniclers. And if we are to chronicle, then we are going to need to develop as the ancients did, and pass knowledge amongst our community, so that we do not lose our collective memories. I wholeheartedly back Trace in this proposal. Try another inspire. Which I get. That's officially yes. Oh dear. Oh, okay.
That's a lot more dice than what showed up. Oh, you hit it twice. Oh, you pushed it.
Yeah, I pushed it. So they failed and then I pushed it.
Oh, wow. It just happened really quick for me. It happened all at once. Ooh, and a couple of
Empathy
trauma.
drain.
Empathy. Oh, you're feeling a little bit emotionally kind of, lacking at the moment. Lack of confidence, distrust, disappointment, and sadness. Some or all of those could be relevant. All right. Maximon steps forward. He says, and you have my support as well. Who will lead this? Trace, will you lead this? Or will it be led by the chroniclers?
I would be honored to take on this task.
You have the wisdom of the ancients. I would certainly follow in this.
So let it be done. Is there any other business before this assembly today? And he spins around slowly again, looking up into the balcony, looking down on the people gathered on the ground floor.
I propose another expedition to the water purification plant. I wish to go with this expedition, and I expect several of the Kodiaks will be keen to take up the remaining spots. We need to secure our friendships with the peoples that we have discovered there, and make sure that both they and the people of the Great Wheel, the Mechanicals, are on the same page as it concerns the Hell Riders. Also, of important discussion, the people of the water purification plant may know something of Eden. And if they do, I intend to get to the bottom of it.
At the mention of the word Eden, all kinds of whispers and movement in the crowds erupt. You just hear, Eden? Could it be? Nah, it's a myth. But what if? Maximon turns to you. This is a noble quest.
We could be very close to something truly special. I will pursue it to the end.
Very well. Then if there's nothing further, I call this assembly to a close. Let us go and make this an even greater arc. Assembly dismissed. A lot of pounding. Maximon comes up to you, Orson. I much prefer
Okay.
working together.
As long as we're working for the best effect, working together is the best way to go.
Well, you let me know if there's anything you need for these projects on this expedition.
Very good.
All right. We didn't take a break, guys, actually, so perhaps we should take a little break now, then we'll...
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll only have about just over an hour left before it's over with, so I don't know. Maybe not a real long one, but a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
All right. While the assembly is going on, Vinny's plan goes into play. And the plan previously arranged is for his new thrall to steal some bullets from Maximon's personal supply, put them in Sixter's quarters. Quite a large number of bullets. And Vinny, that is, had a vision that this would be successful. So I am going to roll for Ricky's success in doing that. So that's going to be...
Then I have Grit kind of basically keeping an eye out, playing, watching his back while he does this.
Yeah, and I'm going to let that be a +1 for Ricky's roll, because he's got someone just watching. Alright. So, +1. This is just going to be a sneak roll at first, and then I'm going to have to roll to see if he can actually break in. You chose the right guy. Ricky's actually quite strong. Well, that's the sneak roll. Why is that? Oh, I rolled that wrong. Jesus Christ.
You're gonna choose which rolls the successes from the scry go on.
No, what I didn't do is I made I did the bonus. I replaced his skill with just the +1, so he's actually got 2 more dice. So let me roll 2 more green dice. There you go. So now I'm going to ask you. I'm going to let you have the choice here, Unicorn. The 3 scry dice. They were for seeing the whole thing through. So I will let you divide those up between the sneaking and the breaking in. So how many of those 3 do you want to go towards the sneak versus how many towards the breaking into like the storage area?
So, and also the other issue is the second half of this is him sneaking in and breaking into Sixter's quarters with what he steals from Maximon.
Yeah, but easier to do that than to break into like a place like a safe or something that you might keep bullets in.
True.
Well, you would have thought anyway.
I'll put. Well, are they automatic successes or just extra dice?
They're automatic, so not extra dice, sorry, they're automatic successes. So you could put 1 for each of the 3 activities, and to know that they're at least all
like
going to happen.
Harder thing to do. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll do his force roll. This one's going to be a little bit difficult. So he's only got base dice, and he's successful. He's forced his way into the supply area. A sneak roll to get into Sixter's place. Oh dear. And then a force to break in. Not as difficult. And I'm going to let the extra success there on the force there to make it not obvious, so that the safe or the storage location for the bullets is obvious, but Sixter's place does not look like somebody broke into it. And your little mission has been a success.
Step 1.
Yep. Okay, rest of you. You have, let's, so we have 2 jobs, 2 ARC projects. It is now probably about 1:30, somewhere there. And you've got an expedition you want to do. So I guess what I want to know from you guys is who's going on expedition, including which of the Kodiaks? Are you taking loud wagons? If so, which? Or both? Or borrowing a third? Although Pontiac's currently working on it.
What's our capacity with the 2 loud wagons?
There's handouts.
Is it like 7 or 8?
There's under the briefcase icon there is info on them. So you've got Deathwish can carry 6, Piercer can carry 5. So you've got 11 total. Although Orson takes up 2 of those spots. So 11.
Yeah, and I drive Deathwish.
Right.
It's my car.
All right. So you've got space for 10 people.
And
Well-
I don't think we've taught anybody else how to drive, so that leaves me. I got to do the other one. And if we're going to the island, they need me for interpreting. So.
All right. So we have.
Are any players staying in the Ark? So I'll be going on the expedition.
Yep. Orson, McKellen, Trace, and Trace is not spelled with 2 C's. Ran, because it's the thought of getting back memories. That's 4. You can have 6 more people. You don't have to have all of them. Oh, that's the other 2 humans. So the 2.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Those have to go. So the 2, at least for.
So that leaves us with 4 more Kodiaks.
Yep.
Yeah, let's plan on that.
I would advise that we bring Connie as someone that knows the zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Connie's kind of like a given. She's our only tracker type character.
So 3 more.
Let me look at my list of what abilities they have here.
Callum, those settings we done on your computer must have worked wonderfully. You haven't crashed out yet?
But drinks it.
Oh,
Surprisingly working.
although I haven't asked you to make a dice roll yet, so we'll see.
Give it time.
Give it time.
If we bring Halbert, he's a clairvoyant. We can maybe scry on the Hell Riders.
Right. Yeah, so let's go with Connie, Halbert. Let's bring Liz.
What's her power?
She's reptilian.
Ah,
Lizard.
Liz for the lizard. Is that why her name is that?
Yeah.
It seems so.
And sticking with people who'd probably be good in the water, let's bring Algernon along.
That's it.
Toad. Nice.
Yep, that's 10. Okay. And next up is provisions. So we have in the journal tab, we have gang loot. There's no bullets. We made something's in brackets at 13 for zone, run for water. That was the last expedition.
I still have 6 water and 3 grub on me that I carried from the last time, as well as 5 bullets.
Oh yeah, I need to go ahead and do my usual. Where's my?
The gather supplies, the
Gather
the
supplies.
racketeering.
Racketeering, yeah.
I am going to, before you roll that, let's see, is that it? That's what's the skill for that?
It's command. I've got the rules for it up right now.
I just opened it up here. I'm going to give you a +1 just based upon your impassioned speech at the assembly.
Okay.
People want to support you.
Okay. 1 success, so I get 1 thing from the list here.
As far as loot goes, you've got enough booze for the vehicle's fuel. You got more than enough water, and you're about to go to a water plant.
Sorry, I forgot. Because I'm a racketeer, I get 2 more dice on that here.
Oh, is that what your one of your talents?
Yeah, it's my racketeer talent.
Ah,
So anyone with command can do that, but I get a +2 on it.
oh, okay.
So,
Do it on the green dice.
right.
There you go.
All right, there's another success. Okay. So back to the skill. All right, what are we lowest on in terms of supplies right now?
Bullets.
Bullets. Okay.
You got
So I'll
27
do-
grub, 11 water, although there's also 296 from the pure plant. Although a lot of that was given to the ARC, but no, it's listed under gang loot. Oh, that's what you brought back. Yeah,
How are we set up for booze?
3.5 bottles.
Okay. So let's do D6 bullets and 2D6 booze.
Okay. I'll let you make the roll.
I can just roll that. Okay. So this is bullets.
4 bullets.
4 bullets.
I'll make the change.
And for booze, 7 more.
7 bottles. Well, that's
It's seven rations. Of
that's
it,
right.
whatever.
That's true. And there's 10 in a bottle, so that's going to fill up. So you got, what'd you get? 7. So you've got 4.2. Have we guys set up a still yet?
I'm just going around taking all the stuff that people homebrew.
Or what they found out in the zone. Oh, you found that nice bottle. I'll have that. Hey, I got to power up the loud wagons to keep us safe. Did you not hear me at assembly? Oh yeah, I need to modify this. Okay, get rid of that. So this 296 from the pure plant, that of water, sorry. I know we gave, I don't remember the discussion, but we gave that. We gave that to, a lot of that, to the ARC.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember specifically how much we gave at this point, but
You can state it now. You can, like, leave yourselves, like, I don't know, 50, which is a lot, and give the
Yep.
rest.
yeah, that works for me.
All right, so you guys have got 61 units for yourself. And the rest has gone to the arc. All right. There it is, all updated. Okay. All right. So, this gives us the rest of the day to do any sort of work for the ARC projects. You've all got time, if you choose to make it, to contribute. So,
Yep.
for Army, it's either a fight or a manipulate roll. For ink and paper, it is comprehend.
Which is
I'm going to
8 of
assist on
mine.
the army, I think. And I want to talk to the various bosses and the chroniclers, and I want to try and engineer the political organization of it so that it's not just solely in Marlot's control, and make sure that's happening. So maybe some procedure that it needs to be the chroniclers that activate the army in times of need, so that it's not constantly a martial law type thing.
Oh.
And it's my manipulate.
Oh, I didn't succeed. Yep.
Okay, Kellen, I'm going to say that there is some support for that. With only one success, I would say that there is a push for this to be more formally discussed on a broader spectrum with McKellen and Orson Skarshin,
Makes sense.
along with Estrena. But you've got the support, obviously, from Estrena. Yeah. So Hubbard is favoring that, but not formally decided yet.
All right, I definitely want to work on helping build up the army, so I'll go out and help drill people. But I'm also going to command Kodiaks to assist with that. So I'm going to use my command skill to get a roll from them, and I'm also going to use my fight to personally do it.
Okay.
So let's do command first. I check the modifiers. I end up with a +1 because I'm assisting them, but a -1 because I'm not offering any particular reward for it. You know what? Let me throw some bullets in there for it so that I keep that extra dice. I'm going to throw in 4 bullets out of my own stock.
Okay.
Would you call that a regular reward or a significant reward?
How many Kodiaks?
Well, that's the thing. I just sort of command the gang to do it. So I guess it's really up to you, how many of them jump in and do it, because it's just my command skill to do this.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me read the actual entry again. Project. You can order your gang to work on the people's projects instead of doing the labor yourself. Roll command instead of the skill listed for the project. And then there's a bunch of modifiers to it, and one of them is you will perform the task with them that gives a +2. And then there's, rewards and stuff. But it doesn't say how many people I'm ordering to do it.
Well,
I'll leave that call up to you.
Well, it does say the gang, so I would assume it's all.
Mm-hmm.
And then
There are 8 Kodiaks left. Oh, I guess all 12 are there, technically.
for now, yeah. And I would say that would not be significant because 4 bullets across 12.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
So, but you'll get what, a +1 for.
I get +2 for helping out myself, and then -1. -1 if I offer no reward, +1 if I offer significant reward.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't.
But if I offer a moderate reward, then it's no modifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't think it'd be enough.
Okay. For significant. Okay. All right. So that is just getting +2. Okay.
What happened to all the labels on this map?
I don't know. They disappeared, but I just because it was bugging me.
All right, so 2 successes on commanding them to assist, and then let me roll my fight for actually pitching in myself. Because that's my option. Like, if I just don't even want to be involved, I can still like go do it in my place, and still get stuff. And roll for me. There we go. There's 2 more successes.
So this command roll, this is just to make them do it. Is there any
Yeah.
bonus for the stunt there?
Oh, I would think that, I don't know. I mean, would those just be the successes they would generate, or it doesn't say, it doesn't give any specific thing for the stunt. It's however you want to do it, man. Like I say, it's not very specific.
Okay. So I'm gonna, because the way I do it, instead of rolling for each one of them, I kind of put them in subgroups and just give a bonus die for how the extra.
Yeah.
So if I put them in groups of 4, that's 4 rolls I will make at +3, because there's 3 more people in each group of 4. All right, so let me keep track of this. So we've got 2 successes already. We have this.
Yeah,
opened up.
those are mine that I personally contributed.
So
And then
there's-
if you want to say the stunt does something, maybe the stunt just adds 1 automatic success.
yeah, I was gonna
rather
have that
than, like-
influence, or I tell you what, let's have the stunt. Each of the 4 rolls gets a +1
That sounds great. Yeah.
because they're motivated. All right, let's see. Annika. Oops. Wrong. 3. There's quite a lot of bonus dice total. Two successes. That's 1 roll. That means there's 6. God, you might have it all done in a day.
Well, that's 2 from me, and then that's the first group doing it, so that's 2 more, right?
Yep.
That should just have us at 4 right now.
Yeah. That's 4, and then
What you giggling at, Saul?
Room's picture, a bear in a military uniform.
Oh, nice. I gotta see that.
oh my god. And another 2. Good god, you guys are going to come in and just have this army done straight away. And 1 success. There's 3 remaining. And 1 more roll. None. Lazy. So you have 3 successes remaining to complete the army. Trace rolled for the ink and paper.
And I failed.
Okay. McKellen, are you going to contribute today?
I already did to the army. That was what the manipulate was.
We did? Oh.
Yeah, the manipulate roll.
Oh,
for the
God.
army.
Yes, sorry. I forgot that manipulate was another option you can have. How creative. That was a single success. Okay. So we have 2 successes remaining to complete the army. Rand.
Brace, you are allowed to push that roll also.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
See,
well,
Now,
let's do that.
in Rand's perspective, I can imagine this all might be a little bit perplexing, or like, what the hell's going on here? You can understand defenses and military, but I mean, whether or not you feel a part of them enough to do something, I don't know. It's up to you. Or if you just feel like I got nothing else to do, so sure, what are we doing? But I'll leave it to you.
I'm gonna go help, but I'm gonna be helpful in a way that you know when a child wants to ask you something, but they're too scared to
Yeah.
they're a bit nervous at first.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay. Are you going to work towards the army or for ink and paper?
The army,
Okay.
as it feels a bit more familiarity to me.
Okay.
I don't think
That-
my push worked.
No, then just re-roll because you didn't get a success, so just roll it all. Just re-roll your data mine. For
So there's a training montage
Well,
where there's a bunch
shit.
of mutants with sharp sticks, and then a battle droid.
all right, so
I'll break myself.
so are you like Rocky's coach, trainer, manager ran out there? All right, gotta get in there and fight. All right, it's going to be an assault roll then for you, Callum. And you just click the word assault.
Yeah.
One success. You have one remaining for this army. And Marlot, of course, is going to make a roll, and hopefully you guys may have this in an afternoon.
Some of these chroniclers need to come out here and help me.
Where are you at? Here we go. Marlot. Alright. I'm going to give her a plus. And you have your army. So, I will let, since it was proposed by Orson, I will let you roll the 2d6 to see what is added to your warfare rating for the arc.
Nice.
6+.
I need at least 6 points.
Big 9.
33. So, let me reread that section again. So the Ark has a standing army that can protect the people, but also attack enemies out in the zone with great force. You could take the battle to... Oh my god, you could take the battle to the Hell Riders should you decide to do so. The Ark is defended by scrap cannons and flamethrowers.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, that's more things for me to do on the map as I create it. Okay, Estrina and the Chroniclers. Comprehend. All right. Three. There's not been
Somebody's doing better than me.
there's not been too many projects that is like straight to the core of what a chronicler is all about. So she had the entire gang out. So there are 7 remaining. And that will have to be the close. All right. that's the jobs for today. And we still have 35 minutes. We need to do experience points, but so
Do who dies too.
and who dies? Yes. So let's discuss the preparations for departing. Then, so you know who's going, you know the supplies. I think I'd like to know who's in what car. So I know Trace is in one, piloting Piercer.
Probably sensible that the humans and I go with Trace.
2, 3.
Since Trace can translate.
Yeah. 4. It can hold one more person. That could
We'll have
perhaps
Connie.
be Ran.
Oh, Ran. Sure. Yeah.
And then all the Kodiaks then are left to ride with Warson. Is that correct? That's all that we had put in the list.
Road trip. I take it Vinny hasn't appeared. Is he
No,
staying
you
there?
guys, that's another thing to note. You guys have not seen
I
Vinny
haven't seen Vinny in
for a
4 days.
while.
Mm.
And I forgot to address that with you all.
Yeah, Vinny would actually probably try to meet with Grit again too, like later in the day.
Okay. Just making a quick note of...
I like the little short one in front. There's Pontiac, ready to go.
Elijah would probably go to Julia.
Oh my god.
Already saw Grit today.
Oh my god. I wish some of these pictures need to show up in the video. Anybody watching at home need to see what's going on. Oh my god, this is absolutely hilarious.
It's really living in the future.
Alright, so so in Death Wish is Orson and Connie. Halbert. Liz. Algernon. Spelled that wrong. Oh, it's just that the R and the N are close together, so it looks like Algernon. And then in Piercer is Trace, Ran, Kellen, and 2 humans. Okay. And provisions spread between them. Okay. Alright, sorry, Unicorn. So, are you guys all planning to depart in the morning then?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have to spend all day working on building this army anyway.
Yeah.
We've already made our rolls, so I don't think we could leave today.
Okay. No, it'd be too late. And it'd be dark. It's a bit more dangerous at night in the zone. Although, with the loud wagons, you can get to the pure plant in just an hour. Something like that. It's not far. And there was talk at some point of building a bridge way down here.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's a much longer bridge to build. Although if you built it from here, that would truly tie in and then fortify that island. Jesus.
Or if there's some kind of, I don't think I noticed like a ferry option that we could have a little ferry.
Yeah. or the very minimum of that. I don't know if that's actually an ARC project. Can't remember if it's.
Ship is. There's a ship. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably come up with some variant of it being an ARC project because, I mean, shoot, ferries have been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, even just the classic, like raft with a rope going across the river.
Yeah, and so I don't know that ship might be something even bigger to build, which is more, like ocean worthy.
Yeah, it says you can carry about 50 passengers and use to explore coastal sectors.
Oh.
So, I mean, that might even be more than what's required to build for this. I'll have to think about that one. Can create our own homebrew.
I mean, it would essentially be like just a less effective version of a bridge. But it does basically the same thing as a bridge.
Yeah.
But there would be some sort of limitation on it or something where it wouldn't be as good.
Well, it's what you had before. You had a bridge. You had ropes that stretched across, and then you pulled a ferry back and forth. Although this is a lot bigger area, but still. Yeah, it's something to be discussed. Okay. So, probably the last thing we do before we do experience in the death toll is you wanted Vinny, you wanted to go and speak with Grit again.
I also need a moment of...
Be right back.
What'd you say, Rim?
If we're spending the night in the Ark, I also need a moment of closeness with another mutant to restore my empathy.
Perhaps some of the chroniclers.
I'm thinking overnight, if there's like a campfire going in like a communal area, I want to like sit around and tell stories of the ancients and like get people back enthused about the mysteries and wonders of the ancient times. And
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well,
reinstill my purpose.
Yeah, where you guys have assembly is the best. Is generally the common area. The big open sort of area of the terminal. Okay.
So I don't do that.
Okay. So, Vinny, what are you wanting to do then? Meeting with...
So I think I'm gonna change it up on you. There was something else I thought of, or I'd forgotten, I should say. But I do. So metagaming quickly. What kind of weapon does Sixter use?
Shotgun.
And I mentioned, is there any way of do they use marked bullets or like a very unique shotgun, or is there nothing notable really about Sixter's weapons?
The only thing about this is that the game itself, the game mechanic, there's just bullets, and it's like every gun uses the exact same bullet. It's more of a I don't know, to ease of play sort of thing, instead of having to keep track of every caliber of bullet that you may or may not have. And so...
Yeah, that's from a role play stance.
But it is...
He wants to get.
Yeah, it is a shotgun. There is, at least amongst the Kodiaks, there's one or two shotguns. I think Trace has one.
Yeah.
And I think Charlie might have one. I know one of the Kodiaks does.
We picked up several from Skyring.
So, yeah, Charlie does have one.
Charlie, okay.
He's one of the dog handlers of the Kodiaks.
And he's not going with you on this trip.
He's
okay.
not, no.
Perfect.
Okay,
so what I'm going to do...
But I don't know how many, because I haven't gone through. I mean, there's a lot of NPCs of all the rest of the ARC members, so obviously I haven't determined what weaponry and stuff everyone carries. What I was trying to establish here is how rare is a shotgun, in this arc.
See.
Because that's the only thing that would make it unique sort of weaponry. But the fact that a crate of bullets is now in his... Oh, I know, you're playing something else. I remember roughly what you're talking about.
Yes, this is a different... I'm coming at it from many angles.
A different scandalous scheme.
This is the beginning of something I actually have not told you about. So what I'm going to do, though, I also need a moment of closeness with another mutant. I'm going to go to a Scarshan.
Right.
So I want to approach him when I find him in the shrine. And I'm holding a small book. And I walk up to him and I say, Lord Scarshan, I have something which might interest you, which I've returned from my last trip to the zone with. And I'll pass him the book that I found in the pocket of the dead man from Eden.
Has McKellen ever seen that book, by the way?
Nope. Nobody knows it exists except Connie.
I forgot about that.
I did too until I was re-listening, and it was this huge plot point that got totally glossed over and forgotten about.
I know that you guys found it. I was going to remind you guys at the beginning of this. What is this?
But after the evolution from the last few sessions, then he's decided to give it to a Scarshan first instead of the Chroniclers.
What is this you give to me, Vinny?
I do not know. I found it the top of a mighty tower in the nest of a trash hawk, in the pocket of a dead man who looked nothing like anyone I've ever met, wore clothes like I've never seen, and had this on him as well. And then I'll pull out the patch that I cut off of his overalls with my knife was in the book. So I'll open the book up, show him the patch. I don't remember what the patch actually said.
The patch was a logo that had some words, a word.
You are a far more learned man than I, Lord Scarshan. I was hoping you might be able to make sense of this, or perhaps read these scribbles and writings in there. And I say maybe both of us make a comprehend roll and kind of look at it together.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to click roll for a comprehend roll for him, although he's not the greatest at that.
I have one dice, but
he got one success.
Oh, perfect. Push, and I break myself and get a mutation. Wow, did I really roll it twice? That's crazy.
No, it's...
Or it just doesn't even re-roll those, so it just guarantees...
Guarantees damage. Or...
Interesting. Alright, what happens when Wits breaks?
Wits...
Your brain is overloaded, you can't think straight.
Okay, so what...
It's too confusing. I don't know what I'm looking at. And I sit down next to him, and after everything that's happened, I'm just a little out of sorts.
You actually haven't... None of you have actually read it. I deliberately... Did I not give you the handout to read it?
Nope.
Ah. Ah. I actually have a full-on handout of it, but... First of all, the logo is a six-pointed star, not the Star of David, with a circle in the center. 3 of the points are blue and 3 of the points are black, with the words Mimir. I'll type that in the chat. And you didn't go on the expedition to the Skywheel, did you?
No.
Okay, so that doesn't mean anything to you. And Oscarsson says it's a diary. It's written in the old speech. Shall I read
I
it
can't
to
remember,
you?
Andy. In this system, are we assumed to be literate?
You are now.
Okay.
You can, well, you have basic, so you began not, but just through development, you have a basic, what does it say? What did it say? Hold on. Culture. Most of the people can read and write to a basic level. So maybe not an adult's command of the language for reading and writing, but some of it. Okay. Some of it is destroyed, but there's a few passages here near the end. November 14. I left the Ark like a thief in the night. I had no other choice. They would never understand why I had to leave them. They must fend for themselves now. I have to get back to Eden. November 17. I have walked through the zone for 3 days. I think zone ghouls or something worse are stalking me. Am I on the right path? I can't remember the way. I have to find a lookout point somewhere. November 18. Was I right to leave my post? There was still so much to learn, to discover, and I missed my children more than anything. November 19. The damn zone ghouls attacked me just before dawn. Only my insomnia saved my life. All food and water is gone. The key card to Eden as well. The bastards might have well killed me. There is no hope. And that, Vinny, is where it ends. Where did you found this off of... And I can only assume that the writer of this diary is the body of the person you found it on.
Didn't look like he was from the Ark. What does this all mean?
It says he left the Ark. Had to get back to Eden. Why? And why would someone who's
Why do
dressed...
we not remember the person?
Could there be other Arks? I do not recall if the chroniclers have ever mentioned such a thing.
Troubling thought.
But we would have known someone who dressed strangely with this as part of their clothing, this symbol you have. I've not seen it before myself. I would if I were you, bring this to the chroniclers.
This is powerful information. It must not be just given away freely. We need to learn more. We should keep this between ourselves. You must not tell anyone about this. I probably have to manipulate him for this, don't I?
Yeah. And let me get my...
Oh my god, me broken on 2 skills.
Yeah, you're gonna have a...
living on the edge.
And we're pushing.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I haven't given you your mods yet, man.
Oh, I get mod. Oh, I forgot manipulation gets mods.
Let's see. Okay, it may not be any here. So far, there's no. +1 to you've helped your opponent earlier. But he has nothing to gain by helping you, so that would cancel that. Yeah, so it's so what you rolled is what you got. So you have 1 success. All right, Vinny. For now, the only thing I would say is to consider that our understanding is limited, and the chroniclers will know more.
All this talk of Eden, it's just a distraction from what's important and what's right in front of us. Right now, our survival and strength are all that matters. Taking down Maximon is all that matters.
You tend to continue this quest.
Oceans are already in action. There's no turning back. I might need your help, Lord Escartian. You know that my cause is just.
I have to say,
For now, might I?
I fear what your cause may be is one thing. I fear is the Ark stable enough to deal with the disruption at this point. My counsel to you is still as it was. Use caution.
Your words are wise, and I shall heed them. Why'd I stay here for the night?
Of course, you're always welcome. Do you want me to hold on to this book, or are you?
I will hold on to it, thank you. I'm grateful you were able to make out what was inside of it.
Alright, probably there we should call it. Let's do experience and see who died.
Sounded a little too excited about that one.
Yeah. Alright, so let's do the death toll. So we have a D6 minus 1 to be made. Who would like to make it? A lot of mic noise.
Lack, it sounded like you sat on your mic just now.
I was trying to cover it up, but I'm gonna have to mute because there's a conversation going on right next to me.
Alright. So who would like to make the death roll as to how many?
I'll do it.
Alright.
Just a D6, right?
Yeah.
This one.
3 people die. Alright. So as we do this time around, I don't want to remove them from the list until we have all of them determined.
Okay.
Just because it changes the roll. So we need to do a D168. Is that right? Hold on. No, not that, because we can't
yeah.
include... Yeah, if we roll any of the...
Include the players. Just
Any of the
full
Cody...
danger mode.
Well, the Kodiaks also are immune from this roll.
Oh, they're immune from dying.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it works, because they're part of your group. They die because they're part of the actual role playing, or
Plot armor.
going out.
And
So-
we have what?
So a D168 to determine who.
That includes the Kodiaks.
It does, but if it gets one of them, we'll just re-roll.
Okay. 168. I can type it, right?
Yeah, I just if you just click to do a D6 and then you just change it from the 6 that pops up to 168.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I kept putting 186.
99. 99 is a non-gang
Ryan.
member, Ryan. It's a scavenger, telekinetic. Oh, you just marked it as gray there. Cool. Okay. And roll again.
Another 168 or do?
You just do 168. If you rolled a
167.
99 again, we'll just re-roll. I just think that's less maintenance. Like 92, another non-gang member, Steve, an insectoid
Oh,
hunter.
Steve.
Okay.
Not Steve.
I know.
Yeah, you can come on, Steve.
I think I made good chili.
And another 93, all non-gang members. Vincent, another reptilian. He's a healer. We lost a healer. At least not another chronicler this time. Okay. And then first one died while on expedition into the zone from an attack from a mutant creature or robot. Second one, result of an accident while working on an art project.
Working on an art project. Oh,
Heart
art.
attack during the army drills.
Yes, he died from the army drills, yes. And one died from natural causes, illness or infection. So, you guys are free to flesh that out if you want to go ahead and do the updates there, Saul, on our ARC runway members, which looks like you're already doing. So, Steve died on expedition into the Ark. Or no.
Was
I
it
know
maybe
Steve died
Hellraiser
as a result
now?
of an accident while working on an Ark project. Sorry. Ryan was the first to die. He died in expedition in the Ark. And then Vincent died of natural causes, or illness, or infection. And he's being a healer, so maybe he got something from someone while he was treating them, but he just reacted negatively to it and died. So the runway sheet, I need to total number 172. And if you guys had maximum food supply, that would have been a -3 to the roll, and then no one would. Only one person would have died, I guess. Yeah. All right. Let's do experience. Let's see. Why do I not put this somewhere? All right. I believe it's quite early. Here we go. Page 25. Okay, if you, Callum, also, I noticed on your character sheet you haven't got a buddy or a rival, which is going to affect your experience point gain.
Yeah.
Strong. I know you're still new to the arc, so you haven't really had time to develop a buddy. I get that, but all right.
Might change during the expedition or something
Yeah,
like
that's where it's probably going to happen for you, because be a lot more interactivity you'll have, and a bit more integrated into the group by then. All right, you're going to pick up a few experience on this one anyway. I know that. Okay, number 1. Did you participate in the session? So, 1 XP for everyone. Did you perform a day's work for a project in the Ark? Everybody but Vinny. So that's 2 points for most of you. Third question, which no one's going to get. Did you explore at least one new sector in the zone? Nope. Fourth, did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? I don't think anyone did. Next one, did you sacrifice or risk something for the NPC you want to keep safe? Don't know that anyone's got that. And next one, did you sacrifice or risk something to mess with the NPC you hate? Vinny, I think, yeah. I think you got that one in a big way.
Yeah.
Tangentially, I kind of accidentally did. I did the inspiration for Orson, who ended up turning against discussion. But I guess it wasn't really a risk.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I helped form the army to fight against the Hell Riders, but I don't think I've directly messed with them. I wouldn't count it for this session.
Yeah.
But then that's your big dream, isn't it?
And then,
No.
did you sacrifice or risk something to reach your big dream?
I wouldn't say I did on this occasion.
My big dream is to see Maximon dethroned and dead.
I mean, you sent a spy in to frame him, so.
I don't know that I took any actual risks, though, today to do that. Other than, meeting with Grit in the broad daylight is the closest. I don't know if it really counts.
Okay.
I would say it does, because, Court, we're going to take you down.
Yeah, but that wasn't discussed necessarily. All right. Anybody want to raise any skills or get a talent? It costs 5 experience points to raise a skill of your choice.
And he's getting a talent.
Or learn a new talent. Callum, you've got 5. You can actually do an increase.
6.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna increase data mine.
Time to start killing NPCs.
Is it 5 to get a new is it 5 to get a new talent?
Yes.
Okay.
And isn't talents for machines?
I was just looking up specialist programs, because that would be what we secondary functions kind of thing.
You can stay in voice a little longer, but I gotta log off and start moving.
Always a pleasure.
Programs are skills, so. Secondary functions are the equivalent of talents.
Yeah.
But I think, don't you, like if it's you have to have something to install. Yeah, you'd actually have to have the item. But
Yeah, it takes some time to install, as well as suitable spare parts or scrap.
But with the technology level of your Ark and a Pontiac, I'm not really going to stand in the way of anything that isn't extreme. If you wanted to gain something there.
Can we? when we choose talents, can we choose one of the other talents for our role or our class?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Are you raising something, Callum?
I've just put a scan up one.
Ah, good choice.
And it's just 5. It's 5 to gain a talent, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get commander as well.
Oh, what does that give you? Let's see.
+2 on rolls to have my guys fight for me.
Oh my God. You know what? How good? Because you've run into insubordination before.
Yeah.
And you're getting used to knowing how to command them.
Ooh, I could do ultimate clerk. You are there to support and facilitate human communication. In a meeting or negotiation, you can show diagrams, present facts, record everything that is being said.
Ooh, that's cool.
Anyone who manipulates with you as their aide gets a +2.
What is that one?
No.
Ultimate clerk.
Is that like from the Mechatron book or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's
Yeah, protocol robots only have 3 choices of secondary functions.
Everyone only has 3 choices.
Oh. I hadn't looked at the other book.
You've got, well, you can choose from the general secondary functions.
Ah, true.
But all, even mutants, they only have 3 for their role.
Be like your specialist talents. For your
Yeah.
class.
Are you wanting to get that one?
I'm looking over the general ones now. But that one sounds pretty good. Y'all like to try to manipulate people a lot.
Yeah. Unicorn, are you taking that Death Visions talent? Oh, he went on. He's still in chat.
I think
right?
he said he had to drop.
Well, he's still in chat, but he's probably walking about or can't necessarily hit unmute.
Are you talking? Did you say them to me?
Yeah. Did you take that Death Visions talent? Is that why you put it in the chat?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have a dark soul. No, really?
Does he?
Not Benny.
Shouldn't he have to roleplay that?
No, yeah. Can see the deaths of others before they happen. You can use scry in a different way. Predict that an NPC of your choice will die during the ongoing session. If it's successful, the GM must make your prophecy come true if at all possible.
Jesus Christ.
Nature has a tendency to restore balance. The risk is that you or someone you really care for will suffer some great calamity too. Oh, I'm going to enjoy that one. There's going to be drama. Oh, it's going to get epic. Cool. Is that everybody's... Did you do anything, McKellen?
I can't afford anything at this stage.
Okay.
I've got my eyes on some things.
Hey, are we able to buy new animal powers? Or is that just something we had to get at character creation and that's it?
Animal powers, oh my god, I can't remember that one off the top of my head. You can't, I mean, like mutations you can't buy, they just happen from,
Right.
which is why Unicorn's always hoping for failures so he can get a chance when he's rolling for him. I am looking it up though for you right now.
I don't think we're supposed to be able to.
If you have,
Assume it looks like
oh, I know what it is. If we go,
Ooh, I could be a robo chef.
I
I
know where
can
to
clean
find.
the rot and decontaminate water.
I know where to find out here. I don't think you can. No.
Okay.
No, you you cannot, I'm afraid.
All right, that's fine.
But there is something in the rules in the Gen Lab Alpha book of an animal who is also mutated.
Mm-hmm.
But how we facilitate that to start you with that, I don't know. We just have to. If that was a path you wanted to pursue, I'd have to look into it. I mean, you're living in the zone, but still. Okay. Have you decided, Saul, on a?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Ultimate Clerk.
Okay, that's a good one.
Although Chef sounds pretty good, but our food and water rations are getting better, so.